Good morning, everyone. Graduates of the class of May 2022, graduates of the class of December 2021, honored guests, faculty and staff, parents and friends, welcome to the Philip Merrill College of Journalism commencement ceremony. We are so happy and so relieved to be able to celebrate with you in person. Congratulations to all of us for being here today. My colleagues and I are proud to honor the women and men who have completed the requirements for the degrees of Master of Journalism, Master of Arts in Journalism, the Graduate Certificate in Multimedia Journalism, and the Bachelor of Arts in Journalism. First, let me introduce to you the members of our platform party. Please stand as your name is called. And if everyone will, I ask you to just hold your applause until we get everybody announced. First, we have today's commencement speaker, Stuart Bainum, Jr., Associate Dean for Academic Affairs and Director of the Master's Program, Rafael Lorente, Director of Assessments, Director of the Graduate Multimedia Certificate Program, and Senior Lecturer, Christine Harvey, Assistant Dean for Undergraduate Studies, Joshua Madden. Today's student commencement speaker, Anu Olowupu Adefitiwan. I'll get that right the next time I say it. Anu, congratulations. Able Professor in Baltimore Journalism, Sandy Beniski. Director of the Howard Center for Investigative Journalism, Kathy Best. Adjunct Lecturer, Tom Davidson. In the next row, why don't you folks sit down so everybody can see the next row. Professor and Senior Scholar, Dr. Sarah Oates. Our Richard Eaton Chair of Broadcast Journalism, Mark Feldstein. Managing Director of the Capital News Service, Marty Kaiser. Director of the Capital News Service Broadcast Bureau, Mel Coffey. Director of the Capital News Service Washington, D.C. Bureau, James Carroll. A lecturer in Data and Computational Journalism, Derek Willis. And data editor for the Howard Center for Investigative Journalism, Sean Mussenden. In the next row, Adjunct Lecturer Joe Yasharoff. Adjunct Lecturer and Merrill College alum, Alex Flum. Director of the Capital News Service Audience Engagement Bureau, Alex Pyles. Senior Lecturer, Josh Davidsburg. Adjunct Lecturer, Clarence Williams. Assistant Dean for External Relations, Katie Auney. And serving as our announcer is Merrill College 2021 alum, Brendan Hartlove. Please be seated, everyone. We are delighted to have so many family members and friends here for today's commencement. Our graduates have worked hard and made us very proud by producing outstanding, award-winning journalism, creating their own startups, getting jobs in newsrooms across the country, and participating in countless campus service projects. And just today, if you saw it, the Washington Post did a column about a Diamondback project on disability issues on our campus, led by our own Merrill College student, Shreya Vutaluru. It was wonderful. I commend it to you. Look it up. Thank you for joining us today as we celebrate their accomplishments. You may not know it, but 2022 is a very special year for Merrill College. We are celebrating our 50th anniversary as a college and 75th anniversary as a university degree program. You can probably tell from the cameras that we are being live streamed this morning. So I'd like to take a moment to greet one member of our video audience watching from Carmel, California, who in 2 days turns 90 years old. Please join me in a round of applause for the founding and first dean of the University of Merrill's College of Journalism 50 years ago, Dr. Ray Hebert. Assistant Dean Katie Auney and I visited Dr. and Mrs. Hebert in California last week, and he remains interested in everything we do at Merrill College through his international student travel scholarships and his annual History of Journalism research prizes. We wouldn't be where we are as a college without his leadership, so happy birthday, Ray. This spring, we are very excited to welcome as our commencement speaker another remarkable leader who is tirelessly working to increase high-quality local journalism options in our region. I am honored to introduce Stuart Bainum, Jr. Stuart is a lifelong Maryland resident and served in the Maryland General Assembly for 8 years. A couple of years ago, you might remember he tried to buy the Baltimore Sun when Tribune Company was in financial trouble. That effort failed, but last year he founded the Venetoulis Institute for Local Journalism. The Institute has launched the Baltimore Banner, a new nonprofit media outlet that he will talk about today. Stuart has built and led several successful businesses over the course of his career, including Manor Care, Artist Senior Living, and Sunburst Hospitality. He currently is the chairman of Choice Hotels International, a role he's had since 1997. Stuart is a gifted businessman who really didn't need another business to run, but we have been inspired over the past year by talking to him and his team members who are poised to launch a nonprofit news enterprise for the citizens of Baltimore. In a recent interview, this is what he said about the Baltimore Banner's mission. The mission is to make life better for the people of Baltimore, especially those who have been ignored. The local goal is pretty obvious: to create a news outlet that strengthens the community, that tells the story of the people of Baltimore, and holds our leaders to account. Secondly is the national goal: to do that in a financially sustainable way, at scale, so it can be replicated by others in communities in all 50 states as a public good. Please join me in welcoming Stuart Bainum.
Thank you, Dean Dalglish, for that very kind introduction. Very generous of you. You read it exactly as I wrote it. Also, good morning and thank you to all distinguished faculty, proud families, and friends. Most of all, thank you, graduates, for the privilege of being part of this very special day. When I was first asked to be your commencement speaker, I was just a little surprised to learn I was your first choice. Just to be clear, the name is Bainum, not Bezos. Any possible confusion notwithstanding, I still feel a bit out of place standing at this podium today. The truth is, it would be more appropriate if I were actually seated among you graduates, because I, just like you, have spent the past 2 years getting a hands-on, hard-earned, first-rate education in journalism. And that probably makes me the world's oldest student to ever complete a course of study. And like you, I'm afraid my education came with its own tuition, and it wasn't cheap. Let me explain. About 2 years ago, looking for a philanthropic investment where the upside could be huge, but where others were afraid to invest, I started thinking about my 8 years in the Maryland General Assembly, when some of the soft and hard corruption went unreported, even though there were 6 robust daily newspapers covering the annual 90-day sessions in Annapolis. Today, only 2 of those papers even exist, and both with a small fraction of the reporters they had in my day. So I started thinking about the future of local newspapers. I had a lot to learn. Like any good cub reporter, I asked a lot of questions to every expert that would talk to me and educated myself on the insights they offered. I'd like to share the banner headlines of what I've learned. There's three. First, that good journalism starts right at home. And now, more than ever, the most imperative form of journalism is local news. And that's because the internet's disruption of the news industry has disproportionately upended those news organizations closest to home, especially local newspapers. In the past 20 years, local newspaper staffs have been reduced by 60%. And the disastrous results have been felt most acutely in urban communities of color and remote rural locations. The second headline is this: robust local journalism and a healthy functioning democracy are inextricably linked. People have no hope of governing themselves when they don't know what's going on in their community. Nothing is more democratic than neighbors talking to neighbors. And when the stories on this side of town aren't being shared on the other side of town, empathy and understanding go down and polarization rises. Third, the business model that defined the local news industry for more than 200 years is not only broken, it's unfixable. The revenues that once drove local news, print ads, and classifieds have gone off to Google. They aren't coming back. So going forward, robust local news demands an updated and sustainable business model that works and can work at scale. So with these three headlines in mind, we began assembling a team of can-do journalistic stars: editors, data scientists, engineers, and reporters alike. And together we've set out to write a few headlines of our own. The process began about 2 years ago when I finally started listening to an old friend who for many years had been concerned about the future of local journalism and its effect on Maryland, and more specifically, Baltimore. That friend's name was Ted Venetoulis, a legendary civic leader, a former county executive, a Baltimore County executive, and local publisher who recently passed away. Long story short, the conversation we started resulted in a nonprofit organization named in Ted's honor, the Venetoulis Institute for Local Journalism, whose mission is to build a sustainable business model for unbiased local news. And we think we're off to a pretty good start. Perhaps you've heard, as the Dean mentioned, the Baltimore Banner, which we expect to launch next month. The Baltimore Banner is first and foremost local. It will be the go-to multi-platform resource for all things Baltimore. To do that, we have already hired a full-time staff of 55, 33 in the newsroom and 22 on the business side, with about 30 to 40 additional positions to fill. The Baltimore Banner will be more than a trusted news source. It will be a real-world journalism laboratory for new and better ways to both serve our readers and sustain itself. As a nonprofit, it will operate as a public trust, not unlike a local library or museum. And while we will sell subscriptions for sure, we have found a way using IP location addresses to eliminate the paywall so our content can be accessed for free in low-income areas. And as far as we know, the Baltimore Banner is the first local news operation to do this, to implement this idea locally. And we may be wrong on that, but we intend to spread the suggestion around the country. Ultimately, our grand slam goal is to do all this, as I said, in a financially sustainable way so it can be replicated in all 50 states and communities in all 50 states across the country. And by the way, every person here today has an important role to play in our sustainability. If you believe in the future of local news, please become a subscriber to the Baltimore Banner. And parents and friends, I really can't think of a better gift, graduation gift, for your graduates. So graduates, as you can see, we are excited about where we're headed, and in honor of your graduation today, I'd like to break some banner news. So get your pencils and your notepads out, okay? Okay, here's the scoop. I'm proud to announce a historic working partnership between the Baltimore Banner and Baltimore's NPR affiliate, WYPR. The partnership will expand the content and platforms of both and fortify the local news ecosystem of our state. The Banner and WYPR will also collaborate on joint multimedia projects, investigative reporting, and election coverage. In short, the Banner's partnership with WYPR promises to be a force multiplier that will establish not-for-profit news as the most accessible and trustworthy in the state. So remember, you heard it here first. Graduates, over the course of earning my unaccredited journalism degree, I've been engaging experts to learn about the future of journalism. But standing at this podium here today, it is plain to see that the answer to that question is staring me right back in the face. Because the future of journalism is you. As the holder of newly minted degrees from Merrill, I'm now asking you to invest your skills, your ingenuity, your curiosity, your creativity, your thirst for knowledge and hunger for truth, your mastery of analytics, data, engagement, and design, your love of democracy and your intolerance for injustice, your ability to understand and explain, and your empathy for others. Even though I've spoken to countless folks these past few years, I probably have the most to learn from you. Local journalism desperately needs fresh thinking and young ideas. We need digital natives, entrepreneurial energy, and social media savvy. A generation ago, a bunch of barely 20-somethings like Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, and Mark Zuckerberg created the future that we know today. And yours is the generation of journalists who will do the same tomorrow. Class of 2022, you're about to transform the commercial journalism of the previous 2 centuries into the civic journalism of tomorrow. And so, without further delay, let me wish you well and send you off on your careers. The future of journalism is yours to write, and I can't wait to read all about it in the local news. Congratulations, good luck, and Godspeed.
Stuart, please accept this as a token of our appreciation for today. And where's the photographer?
Associate Dean Rafael Lorente and Chris Harvey will now present the master's degree candidates. Each candidate will receive a lithograph and congratulations from Dean Dalglish.
Will those candidates who are here to receive master's degrees from the Philip Merrill College of Journalism please rise and approach the stage? In accordance with the recommendation of the faculty of the college, please recognize these candidates who are here to receive their degrees of Master of Arts in Journalism and Master of Journalism. Nick McMillan. Kelly Elizabeth Livingston. Rachel Lynn Logan. Audit Tombe. Vanessa Gabriela Sanchez. Julia Ann Arbutus. Molly Castle Work. Trisha Ahmed. Gaya Wichich. Rona Ann Cobell. Catherine Kelly Benzin. Jack White. Ashkan Justin Motamedi. Colin James Ravello. Kara Newhouse.
Assistant Dean Joshua Madden and Chris Harvey will now present the undergraduate degree candidates. Each candidate will receive a lithograph and congratulations from Dean Dalglish.
Will all undergraduate degree candidates please step forward? In accordance with the recommendation of the faculty of the Philip Merrill College of Journalism, please recognize these candidates who are here to receive their degree of Bachelor of Arts in Journalism. Charlotte Friedberg. Joshua Casaza. Jacob Bowen. Travis Chase. Allison Goldblum. Jacob Zachheim. Ellie Kern. Elizabeth Flood. Benjamin Curtis. Rachel Hunt. Alexander Dacey. Jacob Richmond. Austin Colt. Anthony Fama. Aiden Roberts. Emily Hahn. Daniel Philippos. Janae Morris. Spencer Friedman. Maxwell Boyarski. Jonathan Turcasio. Daniel Lawal. Sophia Sorensen. Jalen Watson. Dylan Josephson. James Baldo. Pierce Panagakos. Brandy Bland. Chloe Goldberg. Brendan Miller. Kyle Hefflinger. Margaret Atridge. Brita Miller. Kimberly Fleming. Reese Levin. Kelsey Ward. Christina Di Natale. Molly Cuddy. Casey Gannon. Riley Brennan. Casey Bordeaux. Michael Kim. Amelia Jarecki. Emily Williams. Maya Rosenberg. Sage Levy. Michael Purdy. Ava Sanchez. Rosa Pio. Paulina Duque. Thanks. Adonijah Bourne. Kaylee Brooke Bartash. Connor Leff. Evan Lynch. Hannah Davidson. Nicole DaCosta. Jared O'Chacher. Thanks. Joseph Lotano. Justin Hoagland. Constantino Qualiata. Lauren Hamilton. Sahana Jayaraman. I think I have to read it.
Okay. Yeah, Clara language phase.
Clara Longo de Freitas. John Bedard. Clara Neal. Catherine Manganelli. Joseph Ryan. Zoe Pierce. Carmen Melina Acosta. Melena Denena. Cassidy McDonald. Madeline Osgood. Alyssa Kraus. Charlotte Crook. Hannah Stryker. Jamie Pinzon. Caitlin Levinson. Iman Nesro Hassan. Alexandra Macia. Lily Kate Seibel. Julia Rosier. Jordan Taylor. Sarah Cohen. Shawneen Miranda. Christina Armini. Jenna Cohen. Taneen Momeni. Rainis Maliksi. Emily Riley. Sarah El-Bishi. Emma Schuster. Mark McClure. Dylan Spilko. Lauren Rosh. Matthew Levine. Michael Tuma. Alexander Argyris.
It's gonna be a hard one for you.
Can't mess it up. Katie Marr. Stephen Mailing. Amber Garrison. Jillian Diamond. Colleen Neely. Gerald Massey. James Gordon. Jake Aiello. Ava Castelli. Kylie Rao. Jasmine Boykin. Michael Hernandez. Kaylin Wallen. Kate Abigail Savinelli. Megan Curtis. Cassidy Stevens. Anthony Cabral. Sarah Wyattrack. Naya Vaidya. James Cerrone. Nolan Gelbard. Julia Rosso. Toughest one for last. Ano Olowopo Adafiwutin.
So let's once more congratulate all of today's graduates. All right, now you all know that tomorrow at noon is the campus commencement at the football stadium. I was over there yesterday and it's pretty impressive. What I want you guys to remember is the deans will be coming up to introduce their graduates. And when I say, will the graduates of Philip Merrill College of Journalism please stand, I want you to stand up. You're going to be down to my right. Stand up and make a whole bunch of noise, okay? Jump on your chairs, do whatever, do a dance in the aisle. It'll really show up the other deans, okay? Thanks. So it is an ancient university tradition to give an outstanding graduate, selected by our undergraduate students, the opportunity to address the commencement assembly on behalf of fellow students. This year, they have selected Anu Adafitiwan to represent them. Anu is a journalism and voice performance dual degree student from Baltimore. Yeah. During her time at the University of Maryland, she worked for the campus trainer and Stories Beneath the Shell. She interned for the Howard Center for Investigative Journalism and was also involved in the notable UMD Concert Choir and Bethel Campus Fellowship. Anu spent 3 semesters working on the Howard Center's award-winning Printing Hate project, which documented how white-owned newspapers incited racial hate and violence during the Jim Crow era. Please join me in welcoming Anu Adafitiwan.
Hi, everybody. Good morning and congratulations to the graduating class of Merrill 2022. It is my honor to speak on behalf of you all today. To my teachers and colleagues who don't know me, hello. My name is Anu Oluwakpo Adebimpe Adebuwutan. I am the daughter of Ebenezer and Adewumi Adefewitian over there. As stated before, here at the University of Maryland, I pursued and today have obtained a degree in both journalism and voice performance. To say that this day couldn't come soon enough would be an understatement. We all have worked tirelessly for 4 years, and I'm happy to say that this is really real and we have actually made it. And Still I Rise by Maya Angelou is a poem that is poignant and true to our differing realities. It tells us that despite our experiences of trial, struggle, fear, and failure, we yet rise. What are we rising to, you might ask? We are rising to our fullest and most complete selves. Despite what any of us may believe in, we all individually possess a core set of attributes and gifts that make up our distinct personality and our unique being. There is no one on this earth who is exactly like us or can provide what we can in the manner that we do. Although we may share a name with someone, the curved lines that make our foot and fingerprints will forever record our identity and life's journey. Our identities, which are so unique, have been refined during these last 4 years of trial, struggle, fear, and failure. Each one of us has been molded through the fire of a Howard Center project, a final, or an internship. We have all struggled to define who we are in those moments when our work was all that testified of our unique being. Yet look around at yourselves. Feel the springing strands of your tassel and the cotton-textured gown that gently clothes your body. Smell the air and feel your toes wiggle about in your shoe. Notice that where you are seated is not on your bed during your long work hours for your internship amid COVID, or at your desk in the news bubble conducting research for yet another article. You are seated in a seat designated for you to occupy. The ground under you happily upholds your footprint. Your entire unique being is being honored today, not simply because you've completed credit requirements, but because in spite of everything, you rose and will continue to rise. I would be remiss if I didn't state a piece of literature that personally held me throughout my journey here. Trust in the Lord your God with all your heart. It will be health to your flesh and strength to your bones. I had never thought of anything being able to nourish me apart from food, which I am in love with, okay? Who would have ever thought that a concept without a physical presence could provide me strength and health? Who would have thought that the concept of trust would be this source? Like I have said, despite whatever each of us may believe in, one thing remains true, and that is we would not have seen this day unless we had trusted that it was possible. We would have died. I mean that jokingly and literally. I know for myself the tears that I have shed here have carried the most pain, because it was here that projects and internships and investigative articles tested my self-esteem before they tested any of the journalistic skills. It was here that I met and lost friendships that I believed would last for years. It was here that I looked at myself in the mirror and had to accept that since freshman year, I have gained the freshman, sophomore, junior, COVID, and senior 15, okay? But beyond all of this, I know that for me, I would not have learned to know and appreciate all that I have been created to be had I not trusted. Truthfully, I have received health to my flesh and strength to my bones by trusting that I am never alone and that God enjoys loving me, and that his loving me equates to me knowing peace and joy amid chaos. For 3 of my 4 years here, joy sincerely looked nothing like laughter and happiness, but having just enough motivation to finish an assignment before the 11:59 deadline. It looked like sitting down in my fellowship's Bible study and crying from being so overwhelmed instead of being able to sing along with the song. It looked like praying that I did not see a Merrill F, okay? Today, when and if I cry, I stand tall and do so to appreciate that my joy has come full circle. My tears, travailing and triumph, have brought me to this day, where joy is not only known in comfort, but also in achievement. We are all truly blessed to be alive, to be gifted, and to be graduating. To the class of 2022, I bid you farewell and thank you for busying the halls with your sharp minds and persevering spirits. I end by reciting a few portions of Maya Angelou's poem. Just like moons and like suns with the certainty of the tides, just like hope springing high, still I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave, I am the dream and hope of the slave. I rise, I rise. Y'all, we rise, okay?
Anu, that was wonderful. Now, while all students work hard to earn their degrees, there are a few who deserve special recognition because of their accomplishments. In your program, you will find the names of this year's award recipients as recommended by members of our faculty.
Kathy Best will now recognize our top undergraduate student for this commencement.
Hello. Will Jenna Rose Cohen please come to the stage? Jenna, I have the honor of speaking on behalf of the professors and staff members who you transformed into your biggest fans during your time here at Merrill. I can't quote all of them, but there are two that stand out. First of all, Adam Martin wanted me to tell you how disappointed he was that he couldn't be here today. But he wanted to make sure that I pointed out, and I'm quoting, Jenna works at the same level as most grad students, and in fact, has worked beside them in many cases. She's fiercely intelligent, always has creative and good ideas, and always produces professional quality design work. Alex Pyle said he was fooled when he first met you. I was convinced I was working with a senior or maybe a grad student, moments away from taking the professional world by storm. Turns out Jenna was a sophomore then, and my admiration for her work and work ethic has only grown in the 2 years since. I share their sentiments. The contributions you made to the Howard Center's year-long project on homelessness, and most recently to the Printing Hate Project, took the work to a whole new level. That's why, and I'm breaking an embargo here, so I'm going to ask you all not to tweet this. Excuse me. Jenna is going to be the very first undergraduate student selected for a Roy W. Howard postgraduate investigative fellowship. to work in July for the PBS NewsHour. Jenna, thank you for everything and congratulations. We cannot wait to see where life takes you next. We know it will be wonderful. And I think I'm supposed to give this to her, right? Okay. Okay.
Thank you so much.
I'm so proud of you.
Rafael Lorente will now recognize our top master's students for this commencement.
That's hard to follow. Will Kara Newhouse and Audit Tombe please come to the stage? So as you all know, we did not have an in-person commencement in December, and we had two outstanding master's students then too, and one of them, Brittany Gaddy, could not be here, but Nick McMillan is here somewhere. So Nick, how do you take a bow? I want to congratulate all of the Master of Arts and Master of Journalism graduates. Most of these students arrived at Merrill in the middle of the pandemic. It hasn't been easy. For many, if not most of them, their first 2 semesters of classes were remote. They worked hard. Under the leadership of terrific faculty, they covered stories in Annapolis and Washington and all over the country and worked on nationwide investigative projects. We're proud of all of you. Kara and Audit are among those students who arrived here in the fall of 2020. They are also among a cadre of students who have embraced the ever-growing power of data journalism to tell stories that are otherwise difficult to tell and to tell them in more compelling ways than ever before. Whether it's stories about the poor treatment of workers during COVID, the unfinished promise of Title IX, the 2020 census, or the role that newspapers played in lynchings and racial terror in America, you'll find Kara or Audits, or both, reporting and data work. These two have embodied the collaborative, innovative journalism that Merrill College is quickly becoming known for around the country. Wherever you go, in your career and in your life, we have no doubt you're both going to be successful. We'll be following along. Congratulations.
Chris Harvey will now recognize this commencement's Kappa Tau Alpha awardees and top KTA awards.
I've got quite the pile here, which means we have an awful lot of really smart students. Kappa Tau Alpha was founded in 1910 at the University of Missouri. It's the nationally recognized honor society for those pursuing scholarship at a university in the field of journalism. The University of Maryland chapter, established in 1961, has been recognizing the academic excellence of our students for 61 years. Each year, our chapter recognizes students who have performed outstanding academically. The following students have agreed to be recognized for their achievement, earning a grade point averages of 3.886 to 3.99 out of a possible 4.0. That means they not only survived the pandemic, they thrived. Would the following new initiates please come up to the stage to receive your Kappa Tau Alpha certificates? And please remain on the stage after receiving your award. I'm going to have you line up in front of the table as you come up. Shawneen Miranda. Colleen Neely. Alyssa Kraus. Lauren Rush. Chloe Goldberg. Rainus Maliksi. And Julia Rosso. Please join me as I give them their certificates in congratulating them for their awesome achievements here. At this time, we'd like to recognize Alyssa Lynn Kraus, who is the Capital Alpha Top Student Award winner. Congratulations, Alyssa. Oh, did you want to? Yeah. Congratulations, award winners. On June 28, 2018, a gunman armed with an automatic shotgun assassinated 5 members of the staff of the Annapolis Capital-Gazette newspaper. Merrill College and the Capital-Gazette have long had very close ties. Philip Merrill, for whom our college is named, was the longtime owner of the newspaper. Many of our alumni have started their careers in Annapolis. 3 of the murdered people had very special ties to Merrill College. Editorial writer Gerald Fishman graduated from Merrill College in 1979. Sports journalist John McNamara graduated in 1983. And editor, reporter, and columnist Rob Hyacin was an adjunct lecturer at Merrill College who taught reporting. To honor the Capital-Gazette victims, the college has created 3 awards. The Gerald Fishman Award for News Commentary and Criticism honors Gerald Fishman, who was a thoughtful, tenacious opinion writer whose commentary on the Gazette's opinion pages year after year helped clarify issues for Annapolis citizens for decades. The Fishman Award goes to Melina Denena, a graduating senior. Melina won for her commentary, What the Climate Debate Actually Looks Like in America, Despite What's in the News, in which she used national polling data to illustrate the public perception of climate change. She demonstrated that the story in our country is far more nuanced than that was being broken down by individuals' political leanings. Melina, congratulations. The John McNamara Sports Writing Award honors one of Maryland's most beloved sports writers. John McNamara, who is remembered especially for his coverage of Terp basketball. The winner of the McNamara Award this year goes to Varun Shankar, a sophomore journalism major. Varun won for his Diamondback piece, Cornrows and Confetti, a look back at Brenda Freese's time with Maryland women's basketball, which examined the remarkable career of Terrapin women's basketball coach Brenda Freese shortly after she won her 500th game at Maryland. Unfortunately, Varun is not able to join us today, but we will make sure he gets his award. The Rob Hyacin Adjunct Faculty Award recognizes the role our adjunct lecturers, most of whom have full-time jobs in newsrooms across the region, play in preparing our students to be journalists. This year's Rob Hyacin Adjunct Faculty Award goes to Tom Davidson. Tom is a, all right. Tom is a digital journalist and product development executive who has worked for media organizations since age 15. Today, he works on the product development and design team for Gannett and the USA Today network, after previous stops at PBS and Tribune Company. Tom has helped Merrill expand its curriculum, teaching media entrepreneurship, product development, and nonprofit newsroom management. He is a spectacular teacher, regularly getting rave reviews from his students. One student in his product development class said, "Professor Davidson is the best instructor I've ever had. He was funny, engaging, and knowledgeable while still remaining open enough that no question felt stupid or dull. This is a man who encouraged learning the way it was meant to be, with experience and connections that gave us real-world context for the things he taught us each week." Tom, could you please join me? During my first week as Dean of Merrill College in August 2012, a polite, dark-haired woman knocked on my door and asked if she could have a minute of my time. She introduced herself as Sandy Beniski and told me she was teaching a summer media law class. "Can I just show you something?" she asked. I read a couple of pages of the student paper she had handed me. She said, "Do you recognize that?" And I said, "Yeah, I wrote that." "Oh dear, I thought so." And a student had plagiarized one of my media law articles during my first week on the job. "What do I do?" I asked, and she said, "I'll take care of it." And that's what Sandy has done for us for 14 years. She took care of things. She taught all levels of reporting courses, media law and ethics for both our students and general education students across campus. She taught our students how to investigate and report urban issues using Baltimore as a laboratory. Her capstone students won award after award on heat islands in Baltimore, racist newspapers, climate change, you name it, Sandy students excelled. If a professor got sick or had to step down, Sandy would agree to slide right in there. She is that good. And year after year, she took on the task of chairing our most complicated committees. Sandy embarked on a new career at Merrill College after working as a very well-respected editor and reporter at the Baltimore Sun. Sandy is retiring, and we will miss her dedication, creativity, soft-spoken demeanor, remarkable good judgment, and wicked sense of humor. Sandy, we hate to do it, but we are going to let you retire. So I have a plaque for you, as well as, it's right here, a very, very special gift, a Bruce Springsteen CD.
I really do have nothing prepared. I was one of those people I thought would die in the newsroom because I love newsrooms so much, and that people would say, "Who is that woman?" I think she started here in the 30s, maybe. But I had the wonderful opportunity and the great good sense to come to the Philip Merrill College, where I met all of you, and I am so heartened knowing that journalism, which faces so many challenges but is so imperative in a democracy, is in your hands. So thank you, everybody. I really have loved my time here, and I will be around from time to time. Thank you and congratulations.
Now, a couple of things before we go. First, thank you to Sarat Rada and Natalie Kosner for their hard work behind the scenes, managing our ceremony. Thank you to our undergraduate studies staff with Terrence and Liz and Erin and everybody who got you all organized this morning. And thank you to broadcast lecturer Nathan Stevens and chief engineer Bill Parker, who worked with our students to provide live streaming of today's ceremony for the first time. We're very excited about this. Now to our graduates. You are our pride and joy. We have so enjoyed watching you learn and grow through an unimaginable pandemic. Over the past 5 semesters particularly, you were considerate to your classmates and your teachers. You followed the university's rules about masking and COVID testing. You showed incredible grace under pressure. We know you will walk out the door today and make us even more proud. We already know that you work hard, you care about the world around you, you perform journalism ethically and legally. You are the best advertisement Merrill College could ever hope for. Thank you and your families for trusting us with your education. You'll be hearing from us in the future, so I hope you attend reunions. I hope you help us with graduate surveys. And I hope you respond to the call from us when we need help with another eye-poppingly qualified high school senior, just like you were, who needs to hear a little bit of encouragement from a successful alum before they commit to Merrill College. If you're able, please contribute to our scholarship drives. Many of you benefited from scholarship donations from alumni. It will be your chance to give back, no matter what size the contribution. And another final word. All college graduates go out into a big, scary, complicated world where they're exposed to new ideas, new cultures, and plenty of jerks. Sometimes you will just want to feel safe from it all. That's normal. There has been more than the usual unrest on campuses, in the public square, and around the world. War is raging overseas. And several of the alumni you've had the chance to meet have been sending us messages saying that they are reporting or photographing stories in Ukraine, and we send prayers to them every day. You know what journalism is about. Telling stories about human experiences that may be different from your own. Experiences and beliefs that might offend you, might frighten you, might provoke you, might inspire you. Hang in there. At Merrill College, you learned that for a democracy to thrive, views must be shared, voices must be heard, and consensus must be reached. We are all in this together. So work hard, follow your inner ethical compass, value teamwork, and in the words of one of my favorite country singers, Tim McGraw, be humble and kind. So please go out into the world, listen to people, and tell their stories. You'll do an awesome job. Good luck.
Will everyone please rise for the recessional?